What if you could read the mind of your market? Are you building a brand or engaged in public relations? Imagine how much easier your brand building and public relations would be if you could read minds. In the next 15 minutes, we're going to take a deep dive into desire paths. I'm going to show you how desire paths can transform your efforts to position your brand, fine-tune your message, and pinpoint your audience. You're going to learn how to read the mind of your market. I'm a co-founder of Mondo Player, an artificially intelligent marketing automation technology. Our work with AI and machine learning has given us unique insight into how to use desire paths to get the best results for your company or personal brand marketing. The knowledge I'm going to share with you today is the result of groundbreaking research in brand marketing and desire paths. If you're a professional brand manager, a digital marketer, or a public relations professional, this leading-edge research will show you how desire paths are a game changer. If you want to take a deeper dive into other aspects of this topic, you can check out our videos on the Mondo Player YouTube channel. And if you want to keep getting our latest videos, please subscribe to the Mondo Player YouTube channel. It's a great way to encourage us to create more videos. Okay, let's get started. So what's a desire path? You may not realize this, but you see desire paths all the time in your daily life. When people take a shortcut across the grass, they're expressing a desire to take a more convenient path. When an architect decides where to build a sidewalk, they make a choice about where people should walk based on assumptions. Architects use their experience and intuition to decide where a concrete sidewalk should go. But once the sidewalk is built, it's not easy to change. Despite their best intentions, architects often get it wrong. This is evidenced by the shortcuts people take. Each person who takes a shortcut votes with their feet. They express their individual desire to take a different path. That's why urban planners call these desire paths. Branding and PR using digital marketing poses the same challenge faced by urban planners. Digital marketing infrastructure, like web pages, ads, and paid advertising campaigns, are digital concrete sidewalks without grass. Branding and PR experts make choices at every stage in a digital marketing campaign about the message they want to convey and the audience they want to reach. Every step in a conventional digital marketing process involves human intuition and choices based on imperfect information. Developing a brand can be very difficult. It's hard to know how others perceive you. You may have a completely different sense of what the market values and who resonates with aspects of your brand identity. All your customers may not relate to your brand in the same way or for the same reasons. In the broadcast era, a brand had to put out a single message to every audience it reached on TV, radio, and newspapers. Old school branding was set in concrete because the methods of communicating a brand's identity were rigid. TV, radio, and newspaper ads aren't very flexible. But modern branding doesn't need to be rigid. It can adapt a message to specific audiences if you know what each target audience wants. Digital marketing makes it possible to take advantage of various aspects of your brand identity. You can emphasize different features of your identity to different audiences. But it's difficult to know what aspects of your brand are important to different market segments. It's hard to read the mind of your market. You can interview your clients, conduct surveys, and run focus groups, but these techniques are limited by two obvious factors. Customers may not be good at communicating their preferences, and you may not be asking the right questions to the right people. If you want to understand the true passions of each market segment, you need to collect vast amounts of information. The good news is that desire paths can take the guesswork out of branding. Desire paths are like truth serum for your branding efforts. Desire paths can tell you which messages drive audiences to engage with your offers. I'm going to show you how to plant digital grass and observe digital audiences as they engage with your brand and express their own desires. And you won't have to rely on your intuition if you combine automation with your branding strategy. You'll be better able to discover desire paths and get better results. Before we dive in too deep, let's focus on the core problem. There are 3 core elements to your brand that we can address with desire paths: audience, message, and engagement. It's helpful to think of these 3 elements in a Venn diagram, where the sweet spot is the intersection of the 3, here. When the right audience is attracted with the right message and is presented with the right offer or a call to action, you'll get maximum engagement. We call this AIM, where audience, message, and engagement meet. To get the highest engagement, you want to aim for this intersection, which is why we call it AIM. But you shouldn't think of AIM as one size fits all. There's no such thing as one right audience, or the perfect message for every audience, or the offer that will engage everyone from every audience message combination. That's old school thinking. Your market is actually composed of dozens or maybe hundreds of audiences who will respond to specific messages and engage with different offers. So let's get into the details of how to use desire paths to build your brand. Digital marketing allows you to micro-target audiences or market segments with specific messages. You can give prospects offers that are consistent with your brand identity. But you can also appeal to individual audiences by emphasizing the aspect of your brand that attracts each audience. If you're thinking, wow, that means I need to hunt for dozens or hundreds of audience, message, engagement combinations for my brand, you're right. There will be loads of AIM combinations, and finding these combinations could mean a significant growth in your business. But don't worry, I'm going to explain how you can find all this digital gold using desire paths. Let's start by expanding on the basic principles of audience, message, and engagement. Remember, we want to aim for the sweet spot in our Venn diagram, the place where audience, message, and engagement intersect. These are the AIM zones for your brand. To do this, you'll need to attract as many targeted audiences as possible so you can test your messages and offers. You'll need a lot of traffic because it takes a lot of results before you're able to aim for each market segment. Produce a large number of different messages and deliver these messages to your audiences. It's best to think of your messages as the digital grass that your audience are going to walk across as they interact with your offers. Present the audiences who are walking into your sales funnel across a field of messages with offers that coax them into engaging. If you attract a large enough audience to a wide enough variety of messages, and you present these prospects with a diverse number of offers to engage, you'll find several AIM combinations for your brand. It's best to think of the messages you present to your audiences as a big field of digital grass. Audiences start their journey with a message and take different paths to get to the offer that attracts them to engage. But I bet you're wondering how it's possible to make it all happen. How do we find AIM for each market segment that's relevant to your brand? How do we make your brand relevant to each audience we target on social media and search? What practical steps can we take towards finding and using desire paths? The first step in understanding the role of desire paths in brand marketing is to appreciate the special connection between audiences and messages. Remember, audiences are the people walking across the grass. The messages we test are the grass. When enough audience members consume a certain type of message, desire paths become clear when we observe engagement. Different audiences will take different paths. They'll consume different messages. Think of it this way. Let's say we have a university campus. The shortcuts students take across campus between classes will depend on the types of students. Maybe chemistry students will walk to biology class, and English students will go to philosophy class. The paths people take will depend on the content these students wish to consume and the degrees they are pursuing. An arts major probably takes a very different route around campus than a science major. In the case of your brand, different types of prospective customers will be interested in different attributes of your brand. To explain the relationship between audiences and messages, I'd like to start with the audiences. An audience is a collection of people in a specific market segment. Think of each audience as a collection of people who share common interests or goals. Let's pretend your company sells shovels. Some of your customers might live in places where gardening is what compels people to buy shovels, while others might live in places where it snows a lot. Others might be in an agricultural area, and others might have a commercial application. These people are very different from each other. Each audience will encounter the product in very different settings and engage with very different messages, but they all need shovels. To test all the possible audiences for your brand, we're going to need to reach a lot of people to test a wide range of audiences. We can observe desire paths as the audiences consume messages and engage with offers. But before I go on, I just want to remind you to subscribe to the Mondo Player YouTube channel so you can keep getting our latest videos. It really helps us with the YouTube algorithm, and it makes us feel great when we know you're getting value from these videos. So now we need to deal with the elephant in the room. Let's face it, getting enough organic reach on social media and search is hard, because the social media and search platforms are stacked against you. Finding desired paths starts with audiences. You need lots of different people interacting with your digital marketing so you can evaluate which messages lead to engagement. You're going to need a lot of traffic, and this is no small problem. Google, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all the others are designed to make sure that you need to pay them for access to audiences. These companies are not in the business of making free organic reach easy. They are the gatekeepers of the web. These platforms use a number of tactics to frustrate your efforts to reach audiences. These are just a few of the obstacles you'll face. Throttling. Social media platforms only deliver your posts to approximately 2% of your followers. So you'd need to post around 50 messages just to have a reasonable chance of reaching each of your followers once. Algorithms. Social media algorithms are designed to focus the delivery of your messages on a subset of your followers. Most of the audience you've built probably never sees your messages. Silos. Your audience tends to collect itself into silos. People are inclined to interact with the information that confirms their bias. Your audience self-selects for the messages they want to see. Learning mode. If you purchase ads on a social media or search platform, the ad platforms use algorithms to learn whether your message will maximize their revenue. The ad platform isn't learning for your benefit. Social media and search platforms are stacked against you when it comes to reach, because these gatekeepers want you to pay as much as they can charge for access to the audiences you need. There are 5 ways to overcome these obstacles to reach. Luck. You can work really hard to create messages that you hope will attract your audience. Anyone who has run a content marketing strategy knows that occasionally, if you're lucky, you'll create a post that gets a lot of engagement. I like to think of these as really expensive lottery tickets, because it often takes dozens or hundreds of posts to get one lucky post that drives a lot of reach. Big budget. You can spend a lot of money on promoting your posts and search results. Controversy. You can be controversial, but this is a risky strategy for most brands. Controversy gets reach, but it also turns people off and can damage your brand. Humor. Comedy is a risky strategy because humor is very subjective. Everyone doesn't find the same things funny. Quantity. You can overcome throttling and other impediments to reach by posting vast amounts of content. If you have a system for creating a lot of content and you hashtag this content to reach different audiences, you can achieve enough targeted traffic to test your messaging. Audiences and messages work hand in hand. The content you post is your message, and the hashtags you use are the audiences. By posting a lot of content with a lot of relevant hashtags, you can attract a wide diversity of people to a large field of messages. This is the basis of a desire path analysis for your brand. The key to posting enough messages and attracting a large number of audiences is to use an automated content curation strategy along with an adaptive hashtagging system. An automated content marketing and hashtagging strategy achieves two critical objectives. It gives you the digital graphs you'll need to observe. The content that gets the most traffic is the digital grass that's being walked upon. And it allows you to test different audiences to see which audiences consume specific content. Having an automated content curation strategy and an adaptive hashtagging strategy will allow you to attract targeted audiences and will give you thousands of opportunities each day to observe their behavior. You're going to need a large number of people visiting your automatically curated content every day, because it will take large amounts of data to reveal all of the individual instances of aim for your brand. This brings us to the engagement part of the audience message engagement equation. You'll need a way to present each person who is attracted by a specific message with an offer for engagement. And you'll need to test a lot of different offers for engagement, because each audience message combination may engage with different offers. An offer for engagement can be many things. These are just a few examples. An offer to join your mailing list. A free piece of information in exchange for a person's email address. A coupon or discount. An opportunity to book a call and receive one-on-one advice. A free service. A link to a video or article. Your offer can be many things, but the goal is always the same. You want the prospect to engage by exchanging their email address or performing an action. These are sometimes called engagement devices. In my experience, organizations testing a brand tend to skimp on the number of engagement devices they create. This is a big mistake, because you can never be sure what type of offer will cause a prospect to engage. Now that we've covered the big picture of desire paths and aim, I want to briefly discuss the math. The reason why most brand managers and digital marketers don't use a desire path strategy is because the numbers are astronomical. Arriving at this level of scientific understanding of your brand requires huge amounts of traffic, and enormous amounts of data have to be processed. I'm going to use a simple example to show you the difficulty of this challenge. Let's say you push out 1,000 posts containing different articles or videos. These are blades of digital grass. Each article or video is a piece of bait designed to test audiences. And let's assume you attract 100 different market segments using 100 different hashtags that appeal to different microsegments of your market. And you're using 10 different offers of engagement. For example, opportunities to join your mailing list, or coupons, or an offer of a free piece of information or another engagement device. This means that you could have 1,000 message types times 100 audiences times 10 offers of engagement. That's 1,000 times 100 times 10. That's 1 million AIM combinations. 1 million possible combinations of audience, message, and engagement. And you'll need to test each of these possibilities many times to achieve statistical certainty that any of these 1 million possibilities are relevant to your brand. Since everyone who comes to a message on your site isn't going to engage, you're going to need hundreds of visitors to your site for each of the AIM combinations. It's possible you'll need 100 million clicks before you have a complete picture of your brand's AIM potential. And even if you could only test the most common AIM possibilities, it will take millions of landings on your site before you begin to have a clue about the desire paths that are most promising. In case you're wondering, this is a typical example. It's not an exaggeration. At this point, I bet you're thinking, this is all great, but who has the time or resources to make anything like this work? Well, don't worry. I have a solution. The only way to deal with a problem this large is with artificial intelligence and automation. At MondoPlayer, we've spent a decade developing a proprietary AI system that adapts to the desires of the market. MondoPlayer provides a sophisticated video curation service with adaptive hashtagging. Video is the most effective content to use because it provokes the highest rate of engagement. Curating and posting a large number of videos every day allows you to test your messaging. It's like planting a lot of digital grass. Adaptive hashtagging lets you micro-target a vast array of audiences, and you can present them with a wide variety of engagement devices. MondoPlayer makes it possible for you to find your market's desire paths using our AI so you can build a more compelling brand. We do it all for you. MondoPlayer's concierge service is a complete turnkey solution that provides you with a constant flow of traffic and all the data you need to make decisions about your brand marketing. MondoPlayer allows you to focus on your offers for engagement with the knowledge that you're targeting the right audiences with the right messages. MondoPlayer's service also generates thousands of impressions on your ads, so you can persistently test your brand marketing without wasting money on paid ads as you learn what works and what doesn't. With MondoPlayer, you can test thousands of marketing messages with hundreds of audiences every day so you can detect desire paths as they appear. Since new desire paths develop as markets evolve, MondoPlayer constantly monitors your brand and verifies that your messages get the engagement you need from the audiences you're targeting. The knowledge you'll gain will make your other brand marketing efforts more effective. Best of all, you'll get traffic at a fraction of the cost of conventional Facebook, Instagram, Google, or YouTube ads, and you'll get market intelligence that's unparalleled in the industry. The knowledge you gain from having MondoPlayer will inform the way you use paid advertising platforms. You'll get a much deeper understanding of the digital marketing strategies that are likely to work for your brand when you pay for ads. If you're a brand consultant, a professional digital marketer, or an advertising agency, MondoPlayer's team can work with you to provide the solution to your clients. We even provide a white label version of our service, so you can offer MondoPlayer with your in-house solutions. MondoPlayer gives agencies the opportunity to create a new revenue stream by offering their clients an entirely new approach to digital marketing. MondoPlayer provides agencies with unique marketing data they can use to distinguish their services and give their clients a huge competitive advantage. If you're serious about taking your brand marketing to the next level and you want to learn more about MondoPlayer, book a call with one of our senior management team. This won't be a call with a salesperson. You'll get to talk directly to someone who has the expertise to help you to determine whether this solution is right for you or your clients. The call is free, and the knowledge you'll gain will change the way you look at digital marketing. Don't miss the opportunity to find out about the next evolution in digital marketing and stay ahead of your competition. Book your call today. And if you'd like to keep seeing our videos, don't forget to subscribe to our Mondo Player YouTube channel. Hit subscribe so you don't miss out on our next video.